Alright, so once again, this is pre-recorded. This one wasn't streamed because this one caught us off guard. This banner isn't going live for almost a week, so really nobody expected this trailer to go up tonight. So when this went up, I was just minding my own business. I was playing Project M Plus with Zach, taking free games off of him with my prolific nest, but that's not important, so we're going to go ahead and watch this now. I know what's going on with the banner, so uh, it's not like this is a initial reaction. Let me put the audio up. We're awfully quiet, aren't we? So I had not heard the music before now.
That's what they'll call me in Hollywood.
Is there no one who can show my dear
Oh,
bearing of a proper lady?
the stand talks too. Yeah, this is very different from what we're used to in Fire Emblem Heroes. I can already see that. I've observed that.
Tharja can be a bit gross, but she's a great partner regardless.
Wait, so this
This world has no shortage of specimens for my studies.
so the stands are the are the Fire Emblem characters. Is that how it works in Tokyo Mirage Sessions? I haven't played it.
My turn.
Weird. So like the actual characters here, like Kyria and this girl.
With the press of a button.
Mamori is my master. She is someone who I must protect with my life.
So is that also a Fire Emblem character? We'll investigate all the skills later. That's what the majority of this video is going to be, since I don't know what's going on with the characters. I'm down for there being more characters from the spin-offs, though.
And I'm giving it all I've got. Tsubasa may be unpredictable, but her goodness shines through in her positive attitude.
So I think that one's Sita, right?
Let's combine our strength.
So they all have new Mirage weapons, which we'll talk about in a minute here. And this is a paralogue story, so it's not a new story chapter. And we already know our grand hero about our Tempest Trials unit is this guy right here, who is apparently the protagonist of the story. So I've been told. So like I said, I haven't played Tokyo Mirage sessions, so I don't play weird anime games. No, I'm joking. That's clearly not true. Okay. We have Eleonora, and her stand is, Marth? No. Who is this? Alright, I should look this up. Hold on. Alright, hold on. So this guy is Doga? Or Drog? Okay, interesting. I didn't know that. Is this Virion? Oh, what? Yeah, it's Virion. Weird. Unless it's like someone else. But yeah, she's an archer, so that makes sense. Oh, it says, alright, it says right. It literally says right here who the character is. Okay, my bad. What is going on with this banner? Okay, well, we have Eleonora with her stand, Virion, her Mirage longbow. Am I watching in HD right now? I'm not. I'm watching in 240p. That's actually optimal. Okay, this is much better. We've got Mirage Longbow, effective against flying foes, grants speed +3. If unit speed greater than foe speed, foe cannot make a follow-up attack. So apparently this may actually be a mistranslation. Someone on the subreddit was saying that that the effect may actually be if unit speed greater than foe speed, then foe cannot counterattack, which would make it a little stronger. So it's basically like a fire sweep bow. It's a fire sweep bow that only activates if you're faster. However, this does imply that you can double with it, although I guess you can do that with fire sweep weapons too, so it's not too abnormal. She comes with rally attack speed plus, which is what units always come with when they also have speed, or when they have a ruse skill. So this is a brand new ruse skill. Ruse skills are very strong. They're very versatile in AR offense. I like them quite a bit. I use Ellie Woods. But yeah, we have attack speed push, which isn't new, but it's still extremely strong. So if you wanted to give this to somebody, you could. We can just move on. We have Kyria with her stand Tharja. What a weird banner. Oh yeah, so she is infantry red mage. And for the record, none of these are duo units, which is kind of weird. She has Mirage Rod, grants attack +3, inflicts attack risk -6 on foes within 2 spaces during combat. So this is interesting because she doesn't have to be the one in combat with them. So you could set it up so that, I don't know, maybe you smite Kyria into the middle of your opponent's units, and then all those units get attack res -6 during combat. And basically her whole kit revolves around attack and res. She has Iceberg for her special, she's got attack res solo, and for the first time we have res on a lull skill. So this is really good for basically any hyper offense magic unit like Reinhardt. What color is she? She's red, so she'll be a little harder to pull than the other ones, but you could pull her for attack res fodder, I guess. But if you combine the effects from Mirage Rod and from low attack res, then you're inflicting attack and res -9 on your opponent. So that's pretty damn good. If you really wanted to, you could beef her up into a pretty powerful AR tank. I don't know if she needs to be fully merged for that, but you figure you're inflicting attack -9 on all of your opponents without having to do any other setup. So that's pretty... it's pretty damn good. We don't know what her defenses will be like, though. She might have really bad defenses. I get the impression she won't be too fast. She'll probably just be another one of these units that has like a lot of attack and res. Yeah, she's doing a lot of damage here, so she probably has really high attack. I like this character's title, Microwave and Idol. That's just amusing. I know nothing about the characters, I just know these titles.
Up your heart with the press of a button.
Mamori is my master. She is someone who I must protect with my life.
Alright, so that's Drog getting getting an ult, I guess. We have Mirage Axe, grants res +3. If unit is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants defense res +6 to unit during combat, and foe cannot make a follow-up attack. Hey, what is she, by the way? She's a armor axe. I wonder if she'll be base. I wonder if she'll have 185 BST. She might, actually. And the fact that she doesn't have to be right next to an ally for this to activate honestly makes it so much better, because in most scenarios, honestly, like, you don't want your support unit to be right next to your tank, because usually they're prone to getting hit by something. So having this 2 spaces of leeway helps a lot. So it's actually really easy to activate this defense res +6. And then the follow-up negation on top of that is just really strong. And of course she gets Vengeful Fighter too, so this is a really good unit. If foe initiates combat, grants bonus to unit defense res during combat equal to 9 minus number of foes who have already acted times 3. So I guess the idea is, so this has a minimum value of 3. I'm not sure what that means. So I mean, the idea, right, is that if your opponent attacks you and they're the first one to move on that turn, then you get +9 to your defense stats, which is good. But then for each opponent that moves after that, the bonus goes down until it reaches 0. I really don't get why it's called... Oh, I think, you know why it has minimum value of 3? It's because no matter what, you'll always get a bonus of 3. Okay, so that's interesting. So it's basically just perpetual... Actually, not even that, because it only activates if they initiate combat. So if your foe initiates combat, you get defense res +3, plus potentially 6. But I can get why they didn't word it that way, because that's confusing. Anyway, so I mean, she's pretty good. I kind of like the idea behind this, because it kind of incentivizes you to learn how the AI works. Although there isn't anything in the game that really teaches you how to do that, so yeah, I don't know. I kind of like the idea of making AI manipulation like a more essential part of the gameplay, but if they're not going to teach us how it works, then I don't know. But she's a pretty good unit. I think for tanking, you might want to go for a more straightforward A skill. Also, I don't know what you would, like, what would you inherit this onto? I guess you could put this on your AR defense and, like, force your opponent to work around it. That's kind of a thing you could do. Anyway, we can move on. To this girl, who I thought was the protagonist of the game, but I guess not. Her stand appears to be Sita, right? Yeah, Sita. Okay, we have a lot going on here. What is she? Flying Lance. Okay. Mirage Feather, effective on armor and horse. That's really good. Grants speed +3 if unit initiates combat after an ally has already acted. Grants attack speed +6 during combat, and unit can make a follow-up attack before foe can counterattack. That is insane. That is not a hard a hard thing to activate. Holy moly. Imagine if Cordelia got this for her refine instead of whatever bullshit she got instead. Yeah, this is really good. Wow. Yeah, every effect on this weapon is really freaking good. She is like clearly, like maybe clearly the best lance flyer in the game. I keep coming back to the effective on armor and horse, and I'm like, yeah, this is just better than all the rest. If unit initiates combat after an ally has already acted, grants blah during combat, and unit can make a follow-up attack. Yeah, because you can have desperation active without even having to worry about the HP threshold. And then you can do something. Then you can put something else on your B slot. Unfortunately, flyers are kind of limited in what B slots they can have, so it's not like you could do some really nutty combo. Like, I don't know. I guess it'd have to be like desperation and null C follow-up. So you can't do that, thankfully. Her A slot skill has a similar gimmick. If unit initiates combat, grants bonus to unit's attack speed during combat equal 3 plus number of allies who have already acted times 3. Max value of 9. So I'm curious if the max value is like for the whole skill or if it's 3 plus 9. I figure it's probably 9 for the whole thing. But yeah, I actually like the idea behind this a lot, is that it changes the way you have to play the game a little bit. I actually like this a lot as an idea for a new skill. Otherwise, she has chill speed and hone flyers, so kind of standard in that way. I don't have much else to say other than just to emphasize how much better Tsubasa is than literally everybody else. I can't think of a lance flyer that is better than her. At least as far as like the hyper offense lance flyers go, I can't think of any that are better. And of course, no direct demote, which is not surprising in this case, but it's still concerning because this is our second new hero trailer in a row to not have a direct demote. I'm curious. So after the summoning focus ends, these new heroes will continue to be available through future summoning events, so they're not limited. So this is our first time getting characters from a spin-off in the game as units, which I'm down with. I'm not opposed to it. I kind of wish they got added sooner. I feel like Tokyo Mirage Sessions was more relevant years ago, but whatever. It's getting re-released on Switch, so I get it. People have been talking about Liana and Rowan from Warriors, and I would be down to see them, but they're not. Nobody cares about them. Let's be honest. So I would be down to see them, but I'm not holding my breath, and I don't particularly care. There are some exciting skills on here. Can you inherit? Yeah, so you can inherit Blade Session, which is actually kind of a big deal. This is a really good skill for hyper offense units. Although, so for one, you could argue that like the other hyper offense A skills score better, which is true, but I mean, you could also maybe argue that like activating brazen attack speed is a little easier, but the bonus you get from this is technically better. So I don't know, it's kind of up to you. But yeah, I feel like this is one of the better hyper offense A slots we've gotten. I think it probably beats like attack speed solo, and probably Swift Sparrow 3. Alright, that's basically it. We don't know what skills this guy has. The Tempest Trials unit. I guess he's a sword infantry, right? Yeah, he's just a sword infantry. And his mirage is Crom, in case you were curious. So that's basically it. So our next banner, let's see. Our next banner is, well, this banner goes up on the 20th, which, like I said, is almost a week from now. And then after that, we have a Mythic Hero summoning event, so that'll be our next reaction, probably. And we're not getting new Hot Springs characters this year, thankfully.